1 maxed out MacBook Pro, 1 iPad Pro, 1 Springboard Bootcamp. Yo, this is Oscar, and I am coming back to the design world. Will these tools help me become a professional product designer within these next couple of months? Welcome to my series on Dodefy, my journey to becoming a product designer. Welcome back to another episode on Dodefy, my journey to becoming a product designer. So, I wanted to mention that I just got this really cool coin. It's really hard to focus, but it says it's time to duel. And if you guys could guess that where this is from, leave it in the comments below. And yeah, I'll talk about what's next after research plan, when you have a research plan done, and then when you have your methodology done, your methods of interviewing or your overall methods of getting data and from your users, and then what comes after that. So what comes after that could be like several things that you could do in order to categorize like your users' response and actually know what information to and how to categorize them. So a good way is to do affinity mapping. Affinity mapping is a really resourceful way to categorize like insights and what actually stood out from your users. So like what a thing that you want to like categorize and pull out from there is stuff that is inspiring, stuff that like if it has a story behind it, that'll be really awesome. And something new, if it's something new that you didn't really like think about, actually include it there in your categories when you're actually mapping this. And will it impact the design? Will it change like the overall like layout of your design based on this insight? And is it relevant? Is another one. These are important things to consider when you're doing an affinity map. You can do affinity map tons of way by writing it in a white piece of paper and just writing ideas based on everyone. Or you actually could do post notes and have them categorized on your board based on like the insights and based on the different responses that stood out to you. And the next one is empathy mapping, another one that's very awesome to use. An empathy map is actually good to creating your personas. Empathy mapping is asking users, how do they feel, how do they think, how do they say, like what do they say, as opposed to how like they feel and what do they do. These are all like important questions to know about your users, because it might be different based on like what they think and what they do and what they say. So it's very awesome. So a good thing to consider when you're interviewing your users is to ask them these questions: do, think, say, feel. These four main words is actually very good. So how do you do an empathy mapping is that you categorize the 4 parts: do, think, feel, say, and write in each one what your users think, feel, say, do, and just thinking about it and filtering out what actually stands out to you. And the next one is personas. Personas is very useful because it allows like the team, I think I already said this before, but it allows your team, and other than the design team and the marketing team and the team that's kind of related to where you're working, also like it could help salespeople, everyone in the department. And it's actually very beneficial to create personas, but actually you could do empathy mapping and then help you out with personas. So basically creating users that are non-existent, but creating users of how they feel and their journey throughout your website, and like their struggles, their goals, what they're doing, what their background, their education, their age, and their accessibility. And it just also like depends on where the company is like targeting to, is also like a big factor. So those are personas. And the next one is writing problem statements. This one is including questions in the beginning and saying how might we da 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 da, how might we da 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 da, and like try to be like not that like specific, but more specific than what you're seeing before. And I think that way will help you like answer more questions based on that. Another one is journey mapping, which is the last one that I'm going to be explaining. Journey mapping is very, very, very awesome because it's kind of like it is seeing your users throughout your product, and seeing how they like navigate their struggles, their problems, how they feel, how they think throughout the journey, and their overall goal. Basically, what you are as a UX designer, you're trying to help out your users and guide them in a way. So like, you know, those movies where there's always someone helping out the hero in throughout their journey, like giving them more power. Like let's say like in Shazam, that's a really, really good movie. I like that movie a lot. It's one of my favorite superhero DC movies so far, and I'm looking forward for the Flash, by the way. So anyways, the Shazam guy that is in the temple, he gives them Shazam powers, and he's kind of like a guide to defeating evil and giving him powers and deciding who is the one that's capable of holding the powers. So basically what you are as a UX designer, you're that person that will help out people in becoming powerful, I guess. Like the movie, or maybe just helping them out and solving the problems, being that superhero that solves their problems, being not that superhero but being that guidance, you know, the guide to solve users' problems. And yeah, so yeah, hopefully that made sense to you guys. I just thought about this on the spot, and I hope you guys leave a like, subscribe, and comment if you guys enjoy my videos, and to support my channel and my motivation too, you know, that'd be awesome. Well, for the next one.
Get me out of here!
Go! My brother, I applaud your choices today. Gold shoes, gold belt, white cake. It shouldn't work, but hot damn it does!